Hey, great video. I want to say your name is Beauty for Brains. Hopefully, I got it right. But I wanted to start off in response to your video by adding that submission sometimes gets misinterpreted by women. Sometimes they view it as though we're talking about wrestling in WWF and somebody's being pinned down to the mat and they're tapping out, yelling for the ref. But that's not what submission means in terms of relationship. People don't finish the equation. You submit to your husband or your man because he has submitted to God. It's a conditional submission, right? If you, it's the Bible actually states that a woman should not follow a man just because he's a man. He should follow him because he has submitted to the Lord and to his word. I don't want to get religious on people, but I mean, it's in the book, right? So if you're trying to get married, I mean, you have to adhere to what's in the book. It is what it is. But I want to go back to the whole issue of letting the man lead. When I view relationships, I view it almost as being in a relationship where the man is the king and the woman is the queen, right? A king and his queen are very powerful. They both make decisions. They consult with each other. But at the end of the day, right, who pushes the red button? At the end of the day, it's the man. Because if the relationship fails, the man is going to be to blame. He's going to be held accountable. That's just how it is. He's going to be held accountable. So at the end of the day, he's going to consult with his wife. But at the end of the day, he pushes the red button. You can almost think of it as a coach and, the coach's assistant coaches. They all give their input. And the head coach relies on his assistant coaches to give him valuable information. But at the end of the day, it's the head coach's responsibility to make the choice. So people can hold somebody accountable. And a lot of women don't see it. And my final point, men want control because women openly and readily admit that they're emotional. Right? When you're emotional, you don't think clearly. And a lot of the times, honestly, women don't know when they're being rational and when they're being emotional. And that's the problem. That's the issue. So that's why men want control, because by nature and by, cultural standards, we are supposed to be logical. We can't give into our emotions. So as men, we are constantly thinking about, hey, am I being rational or am I being emotional? Because we can't afford to be emotional. But quite frankly, women have that right, and you guys exercise that right. I don't get into the whole, women are not that emotional. It is what it is. And you guys are more than welcome to act on your emotion, and you guys do. So as men, we can't let emotion supersede logic and ration. We can't. It's dangerous. Emotions can change. Emotions can be manipulated. There are PhDs and people with master's degrees who are making great money because they know how to manipulate people's emotions, especially female emotions. So as men, our job is to fight against that. So that's why we kind of want complete control. We don't want to mix the two. It's not that men think that women can't make decisions, but the problem is I can't commit to having a woman doing something and have her change up and then become emotional. Honestly, that's my biggest pet peeve. I used to hate when I was with a chick or I was doing some sort of project with women and they wanted to take on a role based off of their emotions. And then when their logic and their ration came in, they didn't want it anymore. And for me, that was a big issue. So, I mean, personally, I know some women will get mad because they feel like that's my way of thinking is outdated. But as of 2009, you still have women who claim to be emotional. And if you openly acknowledge that you're emotional, a man is always going to want complete control. So I don't know. I hope that added to what you were trying to say. Let me know how you feel, and everybody else, let me know how you feel. Take it easy. God bless.